Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, firstly, I'd like to apologize for my absence. I've been on holiday and a whole bunch of things happened, and I'm also working on something that I'm really excited to announce probably in a few days. Um, but a lot has happened, and I just haven't found time to make an astrology video. Also, my Instagram videos, if you guys follow me on my comedy Instagram videos on Instagram, I haven't made time to post anything just because I've been so busy with a whole bunch of things. But no matter, and nonetheless, I'm very excited to be talking about Libra moon. And I'm personally not a Libra moon, but I have a Libra Venus and a Libra Mercury, and I grew up around Libras. My mom's a Libra, my brother's a Libra, my dad's a Mercury and Libra, so I'm just very much well equipped in terms of my knowledge about Libra energy, but my brother's a Libra sun too, and he's a Libra moon and a Libra ascendant, so I pretty much know quite a lot about Libra energy. But yeah, I'm really excited to talk about this. So let's just jump in. Let's just talk about Libra moon. So what is Libra moon? What is Libra? What is Libra? Libra is a cardinal sign, so it's initiating. It's an air sign. It's ruled by Venus, so it's the masculine side of Venus. It's ruled by the seventh house, which is the house of communication, not communication, but the house of relating, one on one relatability. It's one thing to talk to people amongst groups, but then it's another thing to have like a one on one session and actually get to understand the dynamics of people and why they feel the way that they feel, and just generally why they are why they are the way they are, because it's that one on one connection. So it's relating on a one on one basis, not like a community like Aquarius, or not so much like even Gemini, or let's say not so much like as friends talking, or not so much as a on social media kind of global thing, or like a broader perspective of it, like Aquarius kind of communication. Libra energy is more so like, like I said, one on one. It's you and it's me alone, basically. So if we put all of those things in the moon, we have somebody, and the moon being our how we nurture and how we feel comfortable, and things that make us comfortable, and how we nurture ourselves, and things that make us feel nurtured, right? So if you put all of those things in the moon, it's not so much a great placement for the moon, for the most part, because Libra is very airy. Like, I feel like Libra's the most, actually no, Gemini is the most air, but Libra's quite airy, right? So if you put all of those things in the moon, we have somebody who feels comfortable, right, and who feels nurtured when they are in like these one-on-one when they have one-on-one conversations, or when they have one-on-one relatability. When they are like relating to somebody on a one-on-one basis, right? So this could be in relationships, like romantic relationships, because Libra does rule that, along with Taurus. But Libra more so on a, I don't want to say superficial base, even though it can be that way, but more so on a See, here's the thing with Libra, right? Libra energy, period. And I know this about myself too, and basically all Libras, right? Libras basically live their lives around people. And when I say that, I mean in like, okay, take Aries, right? Aries people are individuals, and they're living for themselves. Like, they're living to make themselves sufficient. It's like a sufficiency type of thing, just like Capricorn and Scorpio, and a little bit of Aquarius, actually a lot bit of Aquarius, right? So they usually do things so that they're fine for themselves, right? Whereas Libras live their lives kind of, how do I say this? They're looking at other people, and they're living their lives through other people, right? And not so much that they don't have a self-identity, even though basically they don't, because the sun falls here, and Mars is opposite here, right? So the sun is basically identity. So Libras lack an identity, right? They like Aries can overly like express their identity, because their identity because of the exaltation in the sun, right? And because Aries and Libra are opposite, Libra therefore falls in the sun, so they have a lack of identity. And then because of the Mars aspect being on the left of them, being opposite of them, it's more so like they're not so much like selfish people. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Mars is basically the planet of like selfishness. Like, you know, so a lot of Scorpios and Capricorns because of the exaltation, and Aries will be very selfish and do things for themselves. Like all their motives will be somehow driven by like doing it for themselves. Whereas Libras can do that. See, here's the thing. Libras can be that way, right? But it's always to gain stability, right? Because of the Saturn exaltation, right? And I'll get to that also, right? But for the most part, Libras aren't technically selfish, and they don't have an ego, an identity. So they like to kind of see themselves in other people. So they like to see, like a lot of Libras will like, that's why that they like to be in relationships or have some like group of friends, so that those people can kind of always tell the Libra like, yeah, no, you're this kind of like Libras like that shit. Libras like when people kind of tell them what they're like, because they don't have like, see, a Leo will tell you I'm this type of person, and Aries will tell you I'm this type of person, da 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 da, and they'll be on you like, I'm this, I'm like 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 this. Speaking of a Libra, here's a Libra. Come say hi. Libra sun, moon, and rising, and Mercury, and Mars, and Jupiter.
Hey, do you hear?
What?
Take socks.
Take off my socks?
Yeah.
Why?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
This is weird.
You need it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm giving you my foot. What the hell is going on?
See, that's why you didn't get hurt as badly as me when we went ice skating. Your thing isn't that like vibrant, your bone.
Okay.
It's my bone, yeah, dude.
Okay.
You see how I got hurt, yeah?
Yeah.
I was clashing with the shoes, bruh. And so it was like doing this to me.
Okay.
Yeah, dude. Man, I was wondering why your mom didn't get hurt, hey? As badly as I did.
Okay.
Like, you have it, but it's lucky light.
Wait, actually, come here. I wanna ask you a few questions, right? I'm making this video about Libras. Come here real quick. 2 questions, right? So, guys, he's a Libra. Like I said, he's a Libra. He's a Libra stellium, right? I want to ask you, right? As a Libra, do you feel a lot more comfortable when you're relating your life to other people in a way that, like, you'd like to get to understand someone else and then be like, oh my god, me too? Is that something that, like, you enjoy doing? Or are you more so much of a person that's like, I like this, I don't care what you like? What do you do? Today, seriously! Dude, seriously! Answer the question.
What's it?
I asked you,
Yeah.
Are you a person that likes...
Summarize.
I literally summarized the question.
Summarize it again.
Okay, are you someone that likes to relate, like, your life and things that you're interested in other people? Or are you someone that doesn't really care what other people do as long as you know what you're into?
Relate.
See? Libra things. I'm the same too, you know. It's not so much like a selfish energy, like, I don't give a fuck what you're into. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Libras will compromise. Like, a Libra will, like, my brother, hold on. One more. Like, okay, one more, dude. My brother, like, you see, even that, I think that's one thing that sometimes Libras can be taken advantage of sometimes, just because a Libra likes to have balance. And as a Libra moon person, right? As a Libra moon person who literally, you need balance and you need harmony and you need things to be okay. Like, you don't like having animosity with people, right? So as a Libra moon person, sometimes you even go to the far extent of making sure somebody else's needs are met, right? So, like, example, my brother right here. I don't think he wants to be seen anymore. My brother right here, right? Libra stellium. You can leave now, it's fine. My brother, right, having a Libra stellium, like, let's say I'm lazy as fuck, or I'm on my period, or whatever's going on, and I just don't feel like doing anything in my life. I'll probably just ask my brother to go to the kitchen and get me this, go to the whatever, get me something. Taylor, please go wherever and get me something. And he'll do it, right? And he'll do it willingly, not even willingly. If he doesn't want to do it, he'll probably just do it because he's avoiding the oh, really? You don't want to do it for me? Okay, sure. I'll get you back. See, Libras avoid shit like that. Like, and as a Libra moon person, those kind of situations make you uncomfortable. So that's why you would probably go to the extent, or even like you would go 100 miles extra just to make sure that nothing like hectic is going on, whereas an Aries doesn't even give a fuck. Like an Aries won't even, if I, like, for example, if I was an Aries moon, right, or if I was an Aries moon, or it's just Aries period, like I wouldn't even ask my brother to give me anything, just because as an Aries moon I'm already thinking, oh shit, if I ask you to do something for me, that means I owe you, or I have to somehow return that shit for you. So Aries is like, oh hell no, let me just do it myself, so that way I don't have any ties with anybody. I don't owe anyone anything, so let me just do it myself. Libras have this thing of, like, Libras are very good examples. And if you study Libras, they're very good examples of like the give and take energy. Like, I do something for you, you do something for me. But if I do so many things for you, right, and you don't even do that much for me, either two things happen, right? Libra turns into an Aries and it becomes super selfish, super self-centered, super aggressive, super Aries-like, right? Or they can get, but it like usually starts off with like a small resentment, like they resent you silently, and then they still do things for you, but they always throw like hints of shade, or they'll say something to you that like throws you off. Like, for example, let's say you're dressed in, let's say this Libra person has done a whole bunch of things for you, and you, as whatever sign you are, you don't really like, you take advantage of that, right? And then you usually go to the Libra to ask, like, do I look okay? Does this blah blah blah? Now let's say you've done, like, let's say this Libra person has done so much for you and you haven't returned anything, and you come to the Libra asking for whatever it is that you want, or coming to the Libra for whatever reason you come to. A Libra will like slightly throw shade, like, oh wow, you're here today, that's crazy, just subtle things, but like you'll feel it, because it'll be like a shift in energy. But a Libra will also know that they're doing this, but because they still don't want to cause any kind of animosity, they'll probably like, they'll do something nice for you, but it's like, how do I explain it? It's like they'll do that nice thing for you, but you'll feel this rage in them, but they won't like it. Okay, sometimes it will explode, and a Libra person will, so if they feel like, okay, enough is enough now, you've taken so much out of me, like they will come up to you and they'll be like, I do so much for you, you never do this for me, da, 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 da. And then sometimes they even leave you, depending on if it's a guy, because I know a lot of guys will probably either cheat on you, but they may not leave you, because Libras feel comfortable in relationships, right? So I feel like this is one of the reasons why a lot of Libra moon people will probably stay in toxic relationships, but they'll probably cheat, that type of thing. Like because it's also a thing of, see, breakups can get messy, breakups can get very and sticky and full of emotions, especially if you're dating like a fire sign or a water sign, not so much an air sign, and maybe a Taurus, yes, but not so much earth signs either, So Libras also like just avoid those icky situations. So a Libra will probably stay in a very toxic situation just because of they've built something with you, because of the Saturn aspect, right? Because they're exalted in Saturn. That's why Libras are very good at building relationships, and that's why the whole thing of, I say something, you say something, we're building a conversation, we're building this, And also, I feel like a lot of Libras, I remember having a conversation with my friend who's also Libra sun sign, but I feel like this also applies as just general Libra placements, right? As a Libra, and I can also attest to this because I have basically a stellium in Libra, right? As a Libra, you don't want to be mean to anyone, or you don't want to like create any chaos, because of, and mind you that the Saturn aspect is very huge here, because Libra is exalted in Saturn, right? And Saturn is about building and da-da-da, you know what I'm saying? You guys know the vibes, right? Libra people know instinctively, right, the importance of having good relationships with everybody, right? Because you never know when you're gonna meet that person. You never know. So this is why Libras are smart in this aspect, because, and this is sometimes like if you are around a Sagittarius, or if you're around an Aquarius, okay, not so much an Aquarius, if you're around an Aries, if you're around a Leo, if you're around, I don't know, a Scorpio, a Capricorn, if you're around those signs, right, and those people will probably take advantage of you because they know that you're a very peaceful person and you like peace, and you'll probably be the one to like apologize even though those people started an argument, or you'll probably be the one to like initiate the conversation to hash things out, so you may attract a lot of people that start shit with you just because they know, or they eventually realize that you're the type of person that doesn't like heat. So you'll probably be the one to like, come forth and like stop the shits, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, Libra people will genuinely like, and let's just say, I feel like maybe, let me speak for myself though, but I feel like my brother also does shit like this too, and my mom too. Like, if it gets to a point where it's like you're not getting it, like you're also not contributing to creating a balanced middle ground, a Libra will either leave you, they'll just leave, they'll ghost, they'll turn into an Aquarius and ghost and just leave. They're air sign too, they'll dip, will be out if you're not changing, Or for the most part, they'll have a very, like, this is when a Libra will probably get into that Scorpio, like the next sign, they'll get into that Scorpio energy and like silently resent you and then get back at you. Or they'll do this thing where, because Libras know how to gather people, like Libras are one of those people that know how to like have friends, a whole bunch of friends that okay, let's just say I'm dating somebody, right, and I'm the Libra moon person, right, and I have an issue with someone, and this someone person, okay, here's one thing before I continue with this conversation, right? Libra people usually, like, it's gonna take a while for a Libra to even get to the point of doing what I'm about to explain right now, right? Because Libras, because they are compromising and because they're ruled by Venus, they're always going to kind of justify your actions for you, especially if they don't know you like that. Because once again, Libras study people. Libra moon people will study you. They're going to study you, your actions, and then kind of always, it'll be a thing of like, oh, I understand you like this, because especially if you've had a one-on-one conversation with that Libra moon person, and you and that Libra moon person like related, like, oh, I grew up in a fucked up home like this, so that's why I'm like this, right? So if a Libra moon in their mind knows that you're fucked up because of your childhood, right, they'll probably make excuses for you, like, oh, I understand you're mean because you actually fucked up, shit like that. But if it gets into a point where they can't take it anymore, they'll gather up a whole bunch of people, like friends, people that know you, right? Whole bunch of people gather up, and then the Libra moon person will like initiate the conversation of, like, oh guys, I actually have an issue with this person. I have an issue with you. I have an issue with this person because she did A, B, D, 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 D. And then usually, because Libras are so relatable, usually the people that they are telling like the situation to are people that have also experienced the same thing that the Libra person has experienced. So it's like they're gathering people so that everybody can gang up on this person. Everybody will cut that person out, or everybody can, just somehow like be against that person. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those situations. And that's the thing with Libra. Like, in a sense, they're kind of like Cancers, Cancer moon, or just Cancer energies, because both of them share the passive, being passive, basically, Cancers and Libras can be and Pisces, and Tauruses a little, yeah. Tauruses and Pisces and just the Venusian people. And a little bit of Leos a little bit, Gemini's a little bit also, but a Gemini Gemini's are fucking weird. But yeah, Libra's very passive people, right? So even like, if they do have an issue with you, they'll either just stomach that shit and then they'll die inside a little bit, or they'll like passive aggressively try to tell you something. Like, for example, perfect example. I have a friend who was a Leo rising person, Cancer moon, Taurus sun, right? But this is an example of how a Libra is passive aggressive, right? Now, I remember having, like, I borrowed a sweater from my friend, right? And I think this was like one of her favorite sweaters or whatever, right? Because of that Taurus aspect, the holding on and being possessive over their shit. But whatever. I remember I borrowed one of her favorite sweaters because we went to Gay Pride. And I remember, I had it in my room for like maybe a month or so, whatever. And I remember I took a picture of it and I posted it on my Instagram. And then, now, see, she could have just messaged me and be like, yo, can I have my sweater back? She could have just done that. Instead, she didn't do that. Instead, she commented below and she said, wow, that's a really nice sweater. Oh no, she said, wow, that's a really nice sweater. I wish I had it. What? Darling, darling, that's an example of Libra passive aggressiveness, and Cancers do that shit too. But Cancers will make you feel. They make you feel that shit. See, whereas a Libras aren't really dealing with emotions like that. And this also, saying that leads me to this, right? You'll sometimes confuse a Libra because they're so passive. You'll confuse them for being a water sign or even an earth sign. But I understand the earth sign because of the Saturn exaltation. But you'll confuse them for being one of those two, right? One of those two elements. But here's the thing with Libra, right? Libra women are very masculine, and even though air is a very masculine element, it's air, it's like logical and shit like that, but because of the Venus aspect in there, and Venus being a very feminine planet, that's the thing that creates the balance. And that's why a lot of Libra female women will be tomboyish, like, and a lot of Libra males will kind of be the type of guys that like take 2 hours in the bathroom. The very specific see, I feel like Libra males kind of have Virgo female tendencies, where they're like very specific with the things that they eat, very specific with how they groom their hair, specific with the clothes they wear, specific with just everything. They have Virgo female tendencies, but and then the Libra women have a lot of tomboyish. They have a lot of trying to think, like Aquarius energy. But even though both of them are still air signs, but a lot of Libra females have they have a lot of masculine energy. If you watch Fernando Perdomo, you'll know that Libra women are men inside. Basically, they have their but basically like if you know Lily, Superwoman, Lily Singh, she's a Libra sun sign, but she's very tomboyish. And even though like you will still get a lot of like, if you Cardi B or whatever, they have like they may dress feminine, or I don't know, and just somehow project a feminine nature, but just the way that they think and internalize things is very logical, which makes them very masculine. But then for the most part, I feel like Libra moon women, when they grow up, or when they're still in like their developing stages, they probably have a lot of tomboyish natures. And I feel like Libra moon women feel a lot more comfortable being around men, being around dudes. So they'll be like, and if they are around shorties, they'll probably be the one that's like, they'll be like the calm girls that don't really, like, you see, let's say I'm the Libra woman, female. Female. I'm the Libra person, girl, and I'm around other girls, and my other friends are like Leos or Aries or Sagittarius, like they're very like hype and somewhat emotional, but not emotional like they're always crying, like emotional in a way that they know how to express their feelings, right? As a Libra woman, I'll probably be the one that's always like super calm. I'm like the super chill friend, I'm the one that's always like smoking weed, or I'm always the calm one in in every situation. You know what I'm saying? And I would probably know the right amount of things, or the right amount of logic to give to my friends to kind of make them understand the next person's point of view, or why that argument even happened in the first place. Which also brings me to this conversation, is that don't ever expect a Libra moon person to pick a side. And I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, because I'm pretty sure every other Libra video in the entire world tells you that don't expect Libras to pick a side, because Libras aren't about sides. Libras are, see, here's the thing, and this is what makes Libras really smart, right? One of the reasons that make Libra really smart is that a Libra knows the importance of objectivity, being objective and not biased and not subjective, right? Because like anything in the world, there's always duality. and Libras are dealing with weighing those dualities and weighing the different sides of things, right? So it's not like Aries, where Aries is like, this is how I feel, this is how you make me feel, you fuck you, you know, I don't care how you felt about that situation, this is how I felt, so fuck you. Or Leo, you know, where it's like, no, I don't see it the way you see it because I'm right about everything. Libra is more so about like, and this is why when Libras like get into arguments with people, it's very hard for them to, like, they'll get mad, but they'll always understand. And this is, I feel like a lot of Libra moon people will even get frustrated by themselves, because it's very difficult to get mad at someone when you kind of know how to automatically put yourself in somebody else's shoes. See, once again, that's the thing, that's the fall of the sun, you know, there's no identity. So it's like whenever a Libra is with someone, they always kind of putting themselves in your shoes and seeing how you will take, like how you would process a situation, how you would feel, think, or see something in, like, see, Libras are very good with basically stepping outside of themselves and just kind of seeing something in you. And this is what they share with Pisces, right? But Pisces, it's a lot different, because the Pisces will subconsciously like do that, whereas a Libra is mentally doing that. You see, a Libra is like mentally assessing you, yes, and they're assessing how you come to conclusions, and they're assessing why you came to those conclusions, because 9 times out of 10 Libras probably grew up, or they've studied people, TV, music, whatever, they studied people, and they understand, okay, when people do this, it's because of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever, right? And a Pisces will just, I don't know, it's really about the feeling, but we'll get to Pisces moon. Right? But for the most part, Libras are like kind of assessing you mentally. So it's like, as they're assessing you mentally, they're jumping into your brain, but not like a Gemini so much. You know, somewhat similar, but they're like literally jumping into your brain or into your mentality and kind of like assessing why you came to that conclusion. You know what I'm saying? So that's why sometimes it's very difficult for a Libra moon person to kind of be to be stern in whatever that they say. Even though, so like, don't get it twisted, Libra moons can, like, if they decide that this is what's just, then this is what they're gonna stick to, right? But for the most part, it's very difficult for them to like even get mad at people for long periods of time or hold grudges, just because to a Libra moon person, Libra energy period, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, I mean, if I was you, like, or it's even like, I don't really know what you've been through in your life, and I don't know who made you the way that you did, so I can't sit here and be mad at your actions when I don't really fully know what it's like to be. Even though, like, they're putting themselves in your shoes, like, oh, okay, you're doing this because of A, B, and C, D. But it's like, how dare I tell you how to, like, go about feeling or thinking this situation when I don't really know what it's like to be you. You know, that type of thing. So Libra moons are very good at, like, being objective in that way, you know, but it can be to a default, because this is why they let people walk all over them, because they always justify people's actions. You know, they always be like, oh, I understand you like this because of ABCD. I get it. You know, so Libras need to learn from even Leos, Sagittariuses, and Aries, but most importantly Aries, to like just know when to be selfish. You know, because I feel like Libras, the way a Libra person will be selfish, it's not so much like a Aries, like, let me be fine first, and then whatever I have, I'll give to you. Like, for example, let's say an Aries, and I'll make this example because I'm young and this is what I do with my homies. Let's say there's a cigarette, right? And you also want to smoke a cigarette, right? An Aries person will be like, okay, I'll give it to you when I'm done. So an Aries person will smoke until they feel like, okay, I'm good, and then they'll give you whatever they have. So in that way, they're selfish like that, you know. But a Libra person, how they can become selfish is they won't even give it to you. Like, let's say a Libra person has like a whole box of cigarettes, they just won't give it to you. That's the selfishness of a Libra. So they can go to the extent, you know. Whereas like an Aries selfish is justifiable, just because of the Mars aspect and because of the first house, the whole first house thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay, that's Ioba. But how a Libra person will be selfish, they'll just, like, they won't even give it to you. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So Libras just need to kind of learn from Aries. And Aries can learn a lot from Libras, you know, because Libras are very good at, like just because they're good at understanding people one-on-one, they'll, like, and let's say they're with a group of people, they'll have, like, an immediate connection with everybody and know everybody on a more intimate level. You know what I'm saying? Not intimate, not like romance, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Intimate level in a way of, like, I understand that you are the way, like you're like this, but when we're with people, you're gonna act differently. But when it's, you know, secret, I know, not secretly, but it's low key secretly because the next sign is Scorpio. But, like, you know, I know what you're like. I know why you like that that type of thing. You know, but yeah, for the most part, Libra moon people are very considerate. They're very considerate. Even though they're not emotional, they understand the emotions of people. And that's why they may be very passive with what they say, and they're very careful with what they say. So I think this is the thing that Cancers, like a Cancer will appreciate that from a Libra, you know. They're very considerate of your feelings. They're very considerate of you. They may extend themselves too much to people, you know. Kind of like Taurus, where they extend themselves way too much and get, like, the bare minimum back, you know. So Libra moon people know that shit. But for the most part, these people just feel comfortable with having friends. They feel comfortable in relationships, and to a default, they may stay in toxic relationships just because they've built a relationship with someone. You know, the Saturn aspect of that. And Libra moon people are very, very good with money, and they usually attract a lot of money. They're very good at, like I have a Libra moon cousin. Shout out to you. I know you're gonna watch this. I have a Libra moon cousin who's a Sagittarius sun, and how that translates is, it could be any kind of sun, but Libra moon people generally know how to boss people, not be bossy like Leo, where it's like, do it, you know, but they know how to Venusianly, that's a new word, but, you know, just tell people what to do in a nice way, you know, and, like, do it with a beautiful smile. Because Libra energies have beautiful smiles. Even if their teeth are fucked up, like, once you get braces, it's a beautiful smile, darling, you know. And they usually really smell good. They usually have a great color coordination. Libra energy just is very good with color coordination. Generally they could be very good with money, just depending on the house it's in. And I'm gonna do the house, Libra moon in the houses, in my next video, so check that out once you're done watching this, my dear Libra moons. But for the most part, Libra moons, you guys are very lovely to be around because you just have a very light energy, you know. And here's the thing, Libra moon people also, because they're air sign, they need space. So just because they're around you, don't throw all that emotional. See, it's not like water signs, because water signs can be in one room, probably. Maybe not Pisces, but Pisces will probably just disassociate, like, even if they're in one place for a long time. But it's not like water signs, where water signs can just, like, be together forever. You see, air signs know, they know the right amount, like, they know just the right amount of attention to give you. And then they have to retreat back into their own heads, you see. Because even though Libra is about partnership and being together, Libra also needs space because it's an air sign, you know. They're not clingy people. Even though Libras can be, depending on if they have a bunch of water in them, they can be. But for the most part, darling, Libras are not clingy people, you know. And they know, like, they won't give you more than they think you need to have. Do you know what I'm saying? Guys, I know you know what I'm saying, guys. But yeah, that's for the most part. Libra means very lovely people, very good at conversations. They're good at understanding you. Like, they're okay. Positive side, very considerate, very beautiful, very charming, very diplomatic, darling. You know, very good at fashion. You know, color coordination. They're good at relationships. They're good at money. You know, they probably receive a lot of money. You know, they know how to get it. Though money loves Libras and Tauruses and Cancers, Capricorns, and sometimes Aquariuses, and sometimes Virgos, and Scorpios, and yeah, that's about it. Aries are irresponsible. Fucking Pisces, a little bit irresponsible because they'll probably spend it on things that don't need to be spent on. And Gemini's also probably really flighty with money, you know. But for the most part, yeah, very good with money. Negative sides can be pushovers, can be doormats for people. Indecisive as fuck. Oh my god, I didn't even get to the indecisive part. Oh my god, Libras are indecisive as hell, but it goes so deep because it's like the indecisiveness is really like, I don't know if I want to be your friend or not. I don't know if I want to wear this jean or this jean. I don't know. It really could be, I don't know if I want to be a good person or a bad person. I don't know if I want to like block you or not block. It's negative side. And I know this because child, that stadium in Libra is so annoying. But for the most part, I feel like once you do make a decision and you run with it, like, actually no, because still you may make a decision and then still like change your mind and then like get into that ball of confusion. So that's the negative side of Libra moon people, guys. Indecisive, can be pushovers, can be liars also, you know, because of that passive energy, you know, not wanting to stir the pot. And also Libra moon people can cause drama, but like low key. Like I said, that example that I made, that they can gather people and like have a conversation and be like, this is my problem with you, and then, you know, like cause shit like that. That's how they can stir the pot, but very subtly, because it won't be like Aries or like, yeah, you oxidate, yeah, you like that, yeah, you know, a Libra moon person, Libra energy, period. And it'll be very subtle, you know. They'll be like, yeah, I actually don't like her because I just feel like she's a bad person. And then they may even jump into that Leo energy and like make the story dramatic, you know, but they'll be so cool about it because Libras are just so cool. They're cool, calm, and collected, you know. But yeah, that's my video on Libra moon. In my next video, I'm going to be discussing Libra moon in the houses, through the houses. So check that out. Okay, thank you. Bye.